Good morning. I'm starting my day. Second thing, I started my day with my tea in our lemon tree. We have a low-lying lemon tree and it's got a little swing. And I shared it with a little spider, and a little hummingbird came and there was like a few lemon blossoms and having a little bit of the nectar. So now I wanted to practice Hawaiian, and I'm doing this for my friends. And let's see, am I recording? Yeah, so let me go to share screen. And once again, I thought that we would continue to look at different sort of possible resources as a way of warming up. And this is a set by a friend of mine on Quizlet. Sometimes you can find practice sets on Quizlet, but knowing whether or not they're sound resources is it just takes time to figure it out. And this was actually created by a friend of mine in one of my Hawaiian language classes, and she paid a native speaker to record these so that she could hear the words spoken with good pronunciation. So that's always useful. And there's a whole series of sets of these. And I like to review these sometimes just to kind of refresh my ear, and before I go into practice, to have a good sense of what the language sounds like from someone who's not from Turtle Island like myself.
Hele vavai, hele vavai, hele vavai.
Walk, go for a walk.
Hele vavai, hele vavai, hele vavai.
Ai, ai, ai.
Neck.
A-E, A-E, A-E. And remember, we could be recording this and then listening to ourselves do that. So let's review how to do that. I'm going to pull up real quick. This is for people with Macs. You might have a phone QuickTime. And I'm just going to do new audio recording. And then I'm going to hit record. And let's start from the beginning again.
Hele vavai,
Hele
hele
vavai,
vavai,
hele
hele
vavai,
vavai.
hele
Walk, go
vavai,
for a walk.
hele vavai,
Ai, ai,
a-e,
ai.
Neck.
a-e, a-e.
Pola lauahi, pola lauahi, pola lauahi.
Pola
Vaji.
la wahi, pola la wahi, pola la wahi,
Pola lauahi, pola lauahi, pola lauahi.
pola la
Vaji.
wahi, pola la wahi.
Pani,
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 pani.
pani.
Close.
Halakahiki, halakahiki,
Halaka,
halakahiki.
halaka,
Pineapple.
halakahiki, halakahiki, halakahiki.
Uala, uala,
Uala,
uala.
uala,
Sweet potato.
uala.
Laiki,
Likey,
laiki,
likey,
laiki.
likey.
Rice.
Palawa,
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 palawa.
palawa.
Bread.
Maki maki au I ke kahi palawa no ka'u aina awakea paha.
Palawa,
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 palawa.
palawa.
Br-
A'ala,
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 a'ala.
a'ala,
Fragrant.
a'ala.
Makahiki, makahiki,
Makahiki,
makahiki.
makahiki.
Year.
Pukaniani, pukaniani, pukaniani.
Window.
Pukaniani, pukaniani, pukaniani. E pukaniani ke la.
Makaniani, makaniani, makaniani.
Eyeglasses.
Makaniani.
Ehia,
Ehia,
ehia, ehia.
ehia.
How many? How much? What price?
Ehia ki a puke. hia ke apuke. E hia ke apuke. Ale mapopo ya. Oh, I don't know how much this book was.
Kauka.
Kauka,
Kauka.
kauka,
Kauka.
kauka.
Doctor.
La nui.
La
La
nui,
nui.
la
La
nui.
nui.
Holiday.
Mea kipa. Mea kipa.
Mea kipa,
Mea kipa.
mea kipa.
Guest.
Makana.
Makana,
Makana.
makana,
Makana.
makana.
Gift.
Akahele.
Akahe,
Akahele.
akahele,
Akahele.
To be
akahele,
careful.
akahele, akahele.
Kekahi. Kekahi. Kekahi.
Another.
Kekahi, kekahi, kekahi. All right, so what I'm going to do is I am going to find a way to pause the recording and I'm going to listen to see how I did. And if you recorded it, pause the recording also and see how you did. And then come back with any notes or reflections you might have. And you put what you noticed in the chat below. Okay, how did you do and what did you notice? I noticed, and I set the intending, they say that awareness is the key to change. I noticed when I was speaking and I tried to make a sentence out of one of the words, that when I couldn't think of what would come next, or I needed to pause, I interjected or and I set the intending moving forward to maybe speak at a pace where I don't develop that habit. So I don't have also, they had a period of time where they would liken somebody, the Hawaiian speaking, to lumpy poi when you would mix Hawaiian and when you would mix English, which is natural. So I want to be able to speak with clarity and with an awareness, and to not have and maybe even improve my English speaking rather than have a lot of interjections of and if I do, to try to figure out what those interjections are in speech in Hawaiian and allow those speech patterns to sound Hawaiian rather than to sound Olelo Pelekana. I think that's English. So anyways, and I hope that you learned something by doing that and that you will do the same. So let's practice the hakalama. We set the first two, and now let's practice the last couple sessions, and now let's practice the next one. And I want to actually experiment with what it's like to do it with a playback speed of half the time to see if that's too slow. So let's see what that is like.
Next is the set of extended hakalama with the vowel E.
E,
Hia,
hia,
kia,
kia,
lia,
lia,
mia,
mia,
nia,
nia,
pia,
pia,
via,
via,
ia,
ia,
hia,
hia,
kia,
kia,
lia,
lia,
mia,
mia,
nia,
nia,
pia,
pia,
via,
via,
ia,
ia,
hie,
hie,
kie,
kie,
lie,
lie,
mie,
mie,
nie,
nie,
pie,
pie,
vie,
vie,
ie,
ie,
hie,
hie,
kie,
kie,
lie,
lie,
mie,
mie,
nie,
nie,
pie,
pie,
vie,
vie,
ie,
ie,
hi,
hi,
ki,
ki,
li,
li,
mi,
mi,
ni,
ni,
pi,
pi,
vi,
vi,
i,
i,
hi'i,
hi'i,
ki'i,
ki'i,
li'i,
li'i,
mi'i,
mi'i,
ni'i,
ni'i,
pi'i,
pi'i,
vi'i,
vi'i,
i'i,
i'i,
hio,
hio,
kio,
kio,
lio,
lio,
mio,
mio,
nio,
nio,
pio,
vio,
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 io,
io,
hio,
hio,
kio,
kio,
lio,
lio,
mio,
mio,
nio,
nio,
pio,
pio,
vio,
vio,
io,
io,
hiu,
hiu,
kiu,
kiu,
liu,
liu,
miu,
miu,
niu,
niu,
piu,
piu,
viu,
viu,
iu,
iu,
hiu,
hiu,
kiu,
kiu,
liu,
liu,
miu,
miu,
niu,
niu,
piu,
piu,
viu,
viu,
iu.
iu. Okay, good. So now I'm going to do it again, and I'm going to go through the tedious process of recording myself and listening to it and giving myself feedback. But I am also, what I'm going to do is do it at the regular speed now. And I invite you to do the same. So get your recording device, and it's going to be faster. And what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to speak in the little space in between, and it'll be at a rapid space, and have fun. And if we can somehow make ourselves laugh in the process, I think that that would be a big plus. So here we go. Makaukau.
Next is the set of extended hakalama with the vowel E. Hia,
Hia,
kia,
kia,
lia,
lia,
mia,
mia,
nia,
nia,
pia,
pia,
via,
via,
ia,
ia,
hia,
hia,
kia,
kia,
lia,
lia,
mia,
mia,
nia,
nia,
pia,
pia,
via,
via,
ia,
ia,
hie,
hie,
kie,
kie,
lie,
lie,
mie,
mie,
nie,
nie,
pie,
pie,
vie,
vie,
ie,
ie,
hie,
hie,
kie,
kie,
lie,
lie,
mie,
mie,
nie,
nie,
pie,
pie,
vie,
vie,
ie,
ie,
he,
he,
ki,
ki,
li,
li,
mi,
mi,
ni,
ni,
pi,
pi,
vi,
vi,
i,
i,
hii,
hi,
kii,
ki,
lii,
li,
mii,
mi,
nii,
ni,
pii,
pi,
vii,
vi,
ii,
i,
hio,
hio,
kio,
kio,
lio,
lio,
mio,
mio,
nio,
nio,
pio,
pio,
vio,
vio,
io,
io,
hio,
hio,
kio,
kio,
lio,
lio,
mio,
mio,
nio,
nio,
pio,
pio,
vio,
vio,
io,
io,
hiu,
hiu,
kiu,
kiu,
liu,
liu,
miu,
miu,
niu,
niu,
piu,
piu,
viu,
viu,
iu,
iu,
hiu,
hiu,
kiu,
kiu,
liu,
liu,
miu,
miu,
niu,
liu,
piu,
piu,
viu,
viu,
iu.
iu. All right, so I am going to listen to myself, and I'm going to pause the recording while I do that, and I encourage you to do the same. So how did you do, and what did you notice? What I noticed is that, oh, sorry, there's a beautiful person who gathers our recycling and trash. Thank you, Malo. Sorry, I like to pause sometimes if there's somebody who's doing service for the community and just think some kind thoughts and gratitude for them. I know I'm a little unusual that way. What I noticed when I listened to the recording, the first thing I was aware when I was giving the direction, Makaukau, my first hula teacher would always say before we would begin to dance, she'd say Makaukau. And I noticed that my voice went up, Makaukau. And that is Turtle Island. Questions go up, but that's not Hawaiian. So I'm going to be really diligent with myself and try not to repeat that. Then I thought that I would introduce another new resource for listening to native speakers, and it's Emma Kauhi. And what is really beautiful about this is, so first we're going to go, goodbye, Olelo Online. Thank you for this free resources to practice. And thank you also that you have really affordable classes for Kopuna. And I look forward to signing up again and again and again. And so I'm going to enter her name, Emma Kauhi. And it's under Pili Productions, and it comes up right away. And these are a series of recordings that you can listen to, and it has the different broken down by different chapters. And there's a link called to buy the book, and I would highly recommend buying the book. And what you can do is there's one section that's in Hawaiian, but for us who are more beginning intermediate students, it also has the English translation. And they're not exact sometimes, I find, or I have questions about things, but it is what it is. And it's just a really good way to practice reading, and you can do it while you're listening. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video again, and I'm going to prepare a little something for us to practice with. So let's see where the pause is. Oh, I'm getting better at this. Okay, so I guess, well, I also felt intuitively that it'd be helpful maybe to show other free resources for Kopuna, such as myself, who are on a fixed limited income. And there are a lot of free resources to create tools for your practice. And what I did is I happen to have a scanner. You could also use your iPhone for what I wanted to work with. I just scanned the pages, and then I went to canva.com, and then you can upload the pictures, and then you can format them to work with. It's kind of not perfect looking, but that's okay. And then you can download it for yourself. So I'm going to pause the recording again while I download it, and we can take our work and we can practice. Okay, I'm back after a tea party with a friend and trip to the clay studio and doing food shopping. And what's really great about a 30-day challenge is you have this sense of determination to do it. And if I didn't have the challenge, I might go, oh, I can finish this tomorrow. But I feel like I have this sense of purpose to do this. So let's do this. I worked a little bit more. Let me go to share screen with preparing to work from this other resource that I shared of Emma Kauhi. And I scanned the book, and then I just chose a couple sentences, and then I recorded it slow 50% time, and then I also have it full speed. So let's do this. So what I thought to do is we'll play it. Am I recording? Yeah, I'm recording. I'm going to play this, and as we play it, try to read along. And it begins. She doesn't start the text here. She starts with ikamo'olelo e piliana, and so that's where you're going to put your eye to start with. Is at the ikamo'olelo, and then it goes all the way through to it ends with hua'olelo. And what to be mindful and aware is that when we look at the text, there's like no markers of where the pause is in the language. And the Hawaiian language does have certain places where you take a breath in a sentence, and that helps with understanding and with meaning. And I'm hoping by reading this book and also continuing to take classes where we learn structures of sentences, which is the first part of the sentence, the middle, the end, what is in between, all of that, that will help as well, so I can grow as a native speaker. So makau, here we go. Oh my God, this is so scary.
Ika mo'olelo e pili ana I ka ohi ana o ka pa'akai ma ko mako aina o ka pa'ahu I puna.
And then I have a space here for us to speak. So let's try to, I'm sorry, I was distracted. It started to record, but I didn't want it to record. Hoping I get better at this as I understand this technology. So I didn't explain it very well. We're going to read it, and then I built into the track a pause so we can read it again without following along with her. So here we go. Makauko, makauko.
Ika mo'olelo e pili ana I ka ohi ana o ka pa'akai ma ko mako aina o ka pa'ahu I puna.
I ka mo'olelo e pili ana I ka ohi ana o ka pa'akai ma ko mako aina o ka pa'ahu I puna.
No nā makahiki kumaiwa iwa kalu kumalima. Mai e mau makahiki.
No nā makahiki umikumaiwa iwa kalua kumalima ma ia mau makahiki.
Ka ohi ana o ka pa'akai
A o ka ohi ana o ka pa'akai
ke kai hu o lelo
ke kahi hua o lelo
e lohe ai au
e lohi ai
e
au
o lelo ia ha pa'akai.
e lohi ai au I ka olelo ia o ha pa'akai ho o kahi hua o lelo.
Ho'okahi hu o lelo.
Ho o kahi hua o lelo. All right, so let's pause. And I'm going to pause the video, and it ended up recording, so I'm going to pause and I'm going to listen to myself. And then we'll continue on. Okay, so I listened to myself and I could see some areas that I could definitely reshape, especially with the intonations. And also, as you've probably noticed, that her spoken version, when she is reading this story, there's some slight difference with what is written, and I'm choosing to sometimes go with the written and sometimes not. Then I also have a speeded version, but the speeded version I don't have any, or I have the normal time. I don't have it cut up. So let's listen to that portion and just read along, and then try to read it after. Ready? Okay, here we go. Make sure it's not going to record.
I ka mo'olelo e pili ana I ka ohi ana o ka pa'akai ma ko mako aina o ka pa'ahu I puna. No nā makahiki umikumaiwa iwa kalu kumalima. Mai e mau makahiki. Ka ohi ana o ka pa'akai ke kai hu o lelo e lohe ai au e o lelo ia ha pa'akai. Ho'okahi hu o lelo.
Okay, so let us try and read it. I ka mo'olelo e pili ana I ka ohi ana o ka pa'akai ma ko mako aina o ka pa'aho I puna no ka makahiki umikumaiwa iwa kalua kumalima ma ia mau makahiki a o ka ohi ana o ka pa'akai o ke kahi hua olelo e lohi ia iau I ka olelo ia. So I'm going to pause again and I'm going to listen to that. And hopefully I can edit all of these pauses out. Why is it not coming up? Come on, Zoom, you want to behave. There we go. Pause the recording. I'm going to listen to myself and we'll do a little more work. Okay, now it's on for the conversation practice. And I thought I was feeling in my body to go to the very beginning of the book. I get sometimes when I learn, I don't know if it's the same for you. When I was younger, I used to be like really linear and I used to be, follow the pattern. But now, I think I got it from my husband Stephen. Sometimes he'll begin at the end of a book and then the middle, and he'll bounce around, and I kind of do that now. But anyways, there are words and things that you use in class, and I can't believe that I have been a student for 2.5 years and I still don't know how to say. It's not in the top of my head. How do you say in Hawaiian this? So I thought we would go through these phrases and then maybe repeat a number of times things that oftentimes you say in class. E olu olu oi. That's be kind, you. And also, too, if you want to ask a question and be polite, you might say, E olu olu, e ke kumu. So practice that with me. E olu olu, e ke kumu. And oftentimes I forget the K instead of kumu, but you really have to have the ke kumu. E olu olu, e ke kumu. Mahalo. We all know that. Kalamaya'u. That's new. Usually I just hear e kalamai, but in this book they have kalamaya'u. So let's practice that a couple times. Kalamaya'u. Kalamaya'u. And then remember too, I'm remembering to close my mouth, and Hawaiians may speak a little more softer old style. Pehe oi. Pehe oi. Pehe oi. Mai ka'ino. Mai ka'ino. With a little marker, that'll probably be easier. Hea ah, hea ha. Pehea. This was one we all use. He ni nau ka'u. He ni nau ka'u. He ni nau ka'u. And I'm observing, after we listened a little bit to Emma Kauhi, there's a certain sort of bite to the language somehow. I don't know how to describe it other than that, but there's a certain precision or bite to the speech. And I can see after doing a little bit of practice with that, it's carrying over into my Turtle Island accent a bit. He ni nau ka'u. And here's the one, how to ask in Hawaiian. Pehea ko'olelo Hawaii, rock. Pehea ko'olelo Hawaii, hat. Pehea ko'olelo Hawaii, earphones. Pehea ko'olelo Hawaii, pen. Pehea ko'olelo Hawaii, notebook. Pehea ko'olelo Hawaii, flashcards. Okay, so now you tell me, I'm going to listen. How do you ask how to say something in Hawaiian? Very good. Did you do it? Yay! All right. So I thought rather than I go through this really tedious process of cutting it up and putting it in an individual sheet, but I think I'm going to just work straight from the book itself. I have it in a PDF. Let me make this a little bit bigger. And let's go to a conversation we haven't done yet, and then that'll be my work for today. We've done a ha, we've done lima. What have we not done yet? We've done, I don't think we have done this one. So let me do a hiku, which is actually an area that I could work on more. Let's see, will this work? How do I get it to do just one page? View, single page. Old dogs can learn new tricks. except for now, where'd it go? There it is. So let's practice our numbers. Here's the little arrow here. Ekahi, ho'okahi. That depends on the situation, which one you would use. If you're counting, you would use ekahi. And that's what we're going to be doing in this. So let's focus on that. Ekahi, elua, ekolu, eha, elima, eono, ehiku, evalu, eiva, umi. Let's do that again. Let's do it backwards. Umi, eiva, evalu, ehiku, eono, elima, eha, ekolu, elua, ekahi, aohe, none, aohe, none. What really helped me to learn numbers was I would do ho'o ikaiko kino ao, and I would count my weights, and then I also would draw the numbers out, and I found that really helpful. Ekahi, elua, ekolu, eha. We all learn differently, and when I could associate movement with it, I think then I seem to be able to remember better. All right, so here is the conversation, and let's read through it together. Oops. And then we will switch roles. Aloha kaua, aloha. Helu kaua, hiki no. Hello I nā noho e olo olo oe. Hello I nā haumana, I nā pelikala, I nā puke, I nā kāmaa, I nā pepa, I nā papa ele. Mahalo nui loa. E, lo pikana wahine, pehea kia haawina. Haawina e hiku. Maupopo ya oe kia haawina. Maupopo ya u. Makaukau loa. All right, so it actually looks like we have to look around and count when we see it. So we can play a little bit. Okay, just wanted to say thank you, whoever got to the end of this. I'm sure it probably will, nobody ever goes to the end of this. Aohe poe. But if you did, glad that you could be with me with this.